Academic art became a standard during the 16th century, and artists who chose not to follow these perceived notions were told their art was not beautiful. However, this beauty standard was challenged by the remarkable 19th century artists who painted to push the boundaries of realism and maintained a level of appeal. I will prove this sentiment with artists such as Gustave Courbet, Edouard Manet, and Thomas Eakins, and their works that broke away from the traditional standards of beauty. The term academic art is traditionally used to describe the style of the honest, high-minded realist painting and sculpture championed by the European academies of art, notably the Salon. This official or approved style of art promoted a strong emphasis on the intellectual element, combined with a fixed set of aesthetics such as idealized figures, precise perspective, and no brushstrokes being visible. Above all, painting should contain a suitably elevated message. Courbet, in his painting Woman with a Parrot, challenged the traditional notions of beauty, specifically regarding a woman's body. In this piece, a woman lounges on her bed in the nude as a parrot is perched on her uplifted left hand. Her pose is a direct reference to the famous reclining nudes of the Renaissance. For instance, Titian's Venus of Urbino held a true Renaissance ideal of the woman nude in art. This painting is far from the academic style of nude. Courbet caused a stir within French art critics when this was shown in the Salon of 1866. The woman was considered unappealing, with the model's ungainly pose and disheveled hair. One can argue that the critics were correct in their disapprovals. The woman is not the traditional beauty. The bedroom is a commoner's messy quarters. The strange exoticness of the parrot does not exude elegance, and the woman is not the perfect vision of what the Salon desires. However, this painting is still beautiful to many, especially in the post-19th century. We now hold this painting with high regard, and Courbet's true and unabashed realism contributes to this appeal we see. Another French painter who blatantly objected to traditional beauty was Edouard Manet and his work Bar at the Folies-Bergère. In 1882, Manet captured the scene of a detached barmaid looking at the bustling joy of the music hall. When this picture exhibited in the Salon of 1882, many found the composition unsettling. The barmaid's reflection in the mirror behind her illustrates what she views: a man waiting at the bar to get a drink, the crowds of people having fun. And this can only be seen through Manet's forced perspective. Visitors and critics would say this painting is not beautiful because of the incorrect viewpoint that loses the reality of the work combined with the evident brushstrokes. However, with this incorrect element and rough texture, the emotional impact of the barmaid's aloof expression is juxtaposed with the energy and joy of the hall. A painting that invoked both feelings of shock and fascination was Thomas Eakins' portrait of Dr. Samuel D. Gross, also referred to as the Gross Clinic. Made in the late 19th century, Eakins portrays the scene of Dr. Gross leading a clinic of 5 doctors operating on the left thigh of a patient. This work does not conceal anything, showcasing all gritty details of what would actually occur in a surgery. Viewers unused to the sight were frightened. The bright red blood colors tinged on the surgeon's fingers, the gaping incision, stirred the crowds and considered this painting ugly and inartistic realism. Even though this painting follows traditional standards such as composition, color, and detail, it was still met with many who couldn't swallow the subject. The message was not regarded as high-minded. This is also the same painting in present-day time that 3,600 donors who felt so strongly about this work raised $45 million to buy and keep within Philadelphia. Beauty is subjective, but the appeal to something is not. With Gustave Courbet's beautiful realistic depiction of a woman, Edouard Manet's creative storytelling through forced perspective, and Thomas Eakins' earnest scene of a surgery, all three break away from the notions of traditional academic style of beauty. We see instead the appeal the artists bring to life in the work. Beauty cannot be pinpointed as it varies from the person, time, and place. With this, that means beauty is within everything and everyone. Even if you believe you are incapable, there will always be eyes that think differently. You do not need beauty to leave your impact on the world. To tell a good story and to convey it in your best way possible is the most definite way to influence the lives of the future.